Hello, and welcome to KeyLang Daily News for January 1st, 2026. I'm bringing you today's top 20 world news stories. Let's begin. News 1. EU diplomat rejects Russian claims of Ukrainian drone attack. The European Union's top diplomat has rejected Russian claims regarding a Ukrainian attack on government sites. Russia released video footage claiming to show a downed Ukrainian drone near one of President Putin's residences. EU officials stated they do not recognize the validity of these Russian assertions. News 2. Protesters demonstrate across Iran amid economic collapse. Widespread protests have erupted across Iran as the country faces severe economic difficulties. The Iranian currency has plummeted sharply amid concerns about potential renewed conflict with Israel. Iran's prosecutor general acknowledged that protesters' economic concerns are legitimate but warned that action would be taken if necessary. News 3. U.S. expects Israel to open Rafah crossing in both directions. The United States expects Israel to reopen the Rafah crossing for two-way traffic after President Trump and his aides raised the issue with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. Although the crossing was supposed to reopen as part of the October ceasefire agreement, Israel had previously said it would only allow one-way Palestinian exit from Gaza. News 4. Algerian president denies secret military agreement with Tunisia. Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune has denied allegations about a secret military cooperation agreement with Tunisia. The controversy arose after an unverified document surfaced claiming the pact would harm Tunisian sovereignty. Tebboune dismissed the accusations and said there are parties seeking to destabilize relations between the two countries. News 5. Saudi Arabia bombs UAE-linked weapons shipment in Yemen. Saudi-led forces targeted what Riyadh described as a UAE-linked weapons shipment at Yemen's Al-Mukalla port. The kingdom said the weapons were destined for the Southern Transitional Council separatist group. Following the incident, the UAE announced it would end its military mission in Yemen after conducting a comprehensive assessment. News 6. Flu cases surge rapidly across United States this season. Influenza is spreading quickly throughout the United States during the current flu season. Health officials report that cases are increasing at a rapid pace and expect the situation to worsen. Medical experts are urging people to take preventive measures as the flu continues to spread across multiple states. News 7. Israel to restrict 37 international aid organizations in Gaza. Israel announced plans to bar 37 aid organizations from operating in Gaza under new registration rules for international NGOs. 10 countries, including the UK and EU members, criticized the move as restrictive and unacceptable. They warned the restrictions could severely impact humanitarian operations in the territory. News 8. Thailand releases 18 Cambodian soldiers after border ceasefire. Thailand has released 18 Cambodian soldiers who were detained since July as part of a new ceasefire agreement. The release follows weeks of deadly clashes along the Thai-Cambodia border. Both countries have now agreed to implement measures to prevent further military confrontations in the disputed area. News 9. Trump vetoes Republican-sponsored legislation in first-term actions. President Donald Trump issued his first vetoes of his second term, rejecting 2 bills sponsored by Republican members of Congress. One vetoed measure was a water pipeline project backed by Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. Trump stated in his veto message that he rejected the legislation for specific policy reasons. News 10. Bangladesh mourns death of former Prime Minister Khalida Zia. Bangladesh is mourning the death of Khalida Zia, the country's first female prime minister, who died on Tuesday. Zia served as prime minister during 2 separate terms and was a prominent political figure in Bangladesh. Government officials and citizens are paying tribute to her contributions to the nation's political development. News 11. Medical organization evacuates staff from South Sudan facility. Médecins Sans Frontières has evacuated key staff members from its healthcare facility in Lankian Town, South Sudan. The evacuation was conducted due to a deteriorating security situation following airstrikes in the area. Despite the staff evacuation, the medical facility remains operational to continue providing essential healthcare services. News 12. Indonesia raises alert level for Mount Bur-ni-Teleng volcano. Indonesian authorities have raised the alert level for Mount Bur-ni-Teleng volcano in Aceh province to its second highest level. The decision follows increased volcanic earthquakes and heightened activity in the area. Officials are urging residents to stay away from the crater and gas emission zones, particularly during adverse weather conditions. News 13. Investigation continues into deadly Mexico train accident. Mexican authorities are investigating Sunday's deadly train accident as new details emerge about the incident. The accident has increased pressure on President Sheinbaum regarding safety measures for recent government infrastructure projects. This marks the third train accident to occur in Mexico during the current year. News 14. Trump Media announces plans for shareholder digital tokens. Trump Media Company has announced plans to award digital tokens to its shareholders. President Donald Trump, who holds a majority stake in the company, has been actively promoting cryptocurrency growth. The announcement represents the company's expansion into digital asset distribution for its investor base. News 15. Real Madrid's Mbappé suffers knee injury, faces weeks out. Real Madrid confirmed that star forward Kylian Mbappé has suffered a sprain to his left knee. The injury is expected to keep the French international on the sidelines for several weeks. This represents a significant setback for the Spanish club as they continue their season across multiple competitions. News 16. Sydney projects peace message on Harbour Bridge for New Year. Sydney projected the words peace and unity onto the famous Harbour Bridge as thousands gathered to watch the annual New Year's fireworks display. The message was displayed following the Bondi attack earlier in the year. The celebration drew large crowds who came to witness the traditional fireworks show over Sydney Harbour. News 17. Ukrainians express hopes for peace and stable power supply. Ukrainian citizens are expressing their wishes for peace in 2026 and an end to frequent power outages. The ongoing conflict has significantly impacted the country's energy infrastructure, leading to regular electricity shortages. Many Ukrainians hope the new year will bring both lasting peace and reliable electrical power to their communities. News 18. Trump criticizes Colorado officials over election clerk imprisonment. Former President Trump launched strong criticism against Colorado Governor Jared Polis and District Attorney Dan Rubenstein regarding the imprisonment of former election clerk Tina Peters. Peters received a 9-year sentence after being convicted of tampering with voting machines. Trump's clemency attempt was rejected, highlighting tensions over state versus federal authority. News 19. Iran government building attacked amid ongoing protests. An Iranian government building was attacked as protests continue across the country over economic conditions. The attack occurred after Iran's prosecutor general acknowledged that protesters' economic concerns were legitimate. The official also warned that authorities would take necessary action if the situation escalates further. News 20. Argentina reviews major events and challenges of 2025. Argentina reflected on significant developments during 2025, including President Milei's political challenges and international relations. The year featured various domestic and international events that shaped the country's political landscape. These included economic policy debates, diplomatic engagements, and social developments throughout the 12-month period. That's all for today's world news. Thank you for listening to KeyLang Daily News. We'll be back tomorrow with more global updates. Have a great day.